Hi, and welcome to O2 Tara Talks, conversations about one thing you can do right now to stay healthy in your body and mind. And our little disclaimer, today's talk is for informational purposes only. Consult your practitioner for guidance specific to your situation. And that said, let's go ahead and meet today's guest, Debra Atkinson. And Debra is a hormone balancing fitness expert and founder of Flipping 50. That sounds pretty cool, Debra. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And Debra, can you tell us in one sentence how you help people?
Absolutely. So I point out the difference between conventional, traditional exercise and hormone balancing exercise. So we get the energy and the vitality we want for a better second half.
Very nice. Great. So I have a feeling then that the one thing that you are going to say we can do has something to do with that. Can you tell us the one thing that we can do right now?
Absolutely. So I want you to remember this: restore before more. So when we're talking about immune boosting or we're talking about hormone balancing, and the 2-for-1 for any ladies who are listening out there right now, if you are focused on immune boosting, you are getting hormone balancing. So it's a win-win. And there is a silver lining potentially in this moment we're in, because so many of us think we have to do more exercise or we have to eat less or we have to do both. And often that actually digs us in a deeper hole. So if you're already tired, if you're already drained and wake up in the morning without the optimal energy that you want, remember those words: restore before more. So maybe it's a lighter walk, it's a low to moderate kind of movement. It's more moving, but less exercise. And I know that sounds strange because it's the exact opposite of what everyone has been conditioned to do for decades. But women who go through midlife particularly are more susceptible to the negative effects of stress. And I think we could all agree that we didn't realize, but we got in line for stress right now, right? So we're all experiencing, whether it's emotional or financial stress, and it can show up physically in ways that it didn't before. So 3 or 4 weeks ago is very different maybe than now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So can you tell a little more, dive into it a little more when you say restore before more? Like maybe give us one real concrete example to know what you mean, like in more detail, really.
Absolutely. So you're going to rest more. You're going to do lower levels of activity, but potentially do them more frequently. So that might mean you're going to take a 10 or a 20-minute walk in the morning. Maybe you're going to do that 10-minute walk again at lunch and 10 more minutes in the evening. So it's less exercise than anyone might have originally thought. Okay, well, this is what I need to get fit or to lose weight or to be healthy. Right now, that's not so much true. We need a dose. So if I had a bottle of medicine right now, you would never take that entire bottle on one day. Right? We know we have to take the dose at the right time. And if you think exercise is medicine, which is a term coined by the American Medical Association and the American College of Sports Medicine, we also need to have the appropriate dose at the appropriate time. So if you're already tired, you're just going to do small bits of exercise and not necessarily very intense. So if you're just starting out, start small, more frequent, and more regular, and make it a part of your life, even now during Corona.
Right.
If you love exercise, you and I have something in common, but we probably need to pull the reins back in and do a little bit less, because our bodies, our minds are dealing with a lot more stress right now. And exercise, even for those who love it, is stress. So we're going to do shorter or we're going to hit it and quit it. So we're going to do high intense intervals, but then we're going to be done. You don't need to do it for an hour. 10 or 20 minutes of that is also very appropriate. So decide, am I beginning? Am I advanced? And which do I need more of? And then just pay attention and listen. Am I
Right.
sleeping better? Sleeping worse? Am I
Yeah.
more resilient? Am I responding to other people as opposed to reacting to other people? Do I have a better appetite, or is it worse? More cravings or no appetite? Your body is messaging you all the time, and exercise can be responsible for a lot of those things.
Right, right, absolutely. I mean, I know myself, if my, I help people with sleep, and if I know for myself, if my sleep is off, then what I want to eat the next day is hugely different. If I've had a good night of sleep, I have a good breakfast, and I don't feel anything until lunchtime, and everything's okay. But if I don't have that good night of sleep, forget it. I'm in that pantry looking for this bag of chips and that bag of chips and whatever. So you're absolutely right. Now, what I really think is interesting about what you said is, um, this smaller dose, more distributed across the day,
Yeah.
essentially. I think that is incredible for people that haven't really been able to get into the exercise flow and haven't really been able to, find the benefits of if you're making it a much smaller task, it makes it a lot more approachable. So I think that's awesome for people who are trying to get into it. I have a question for you though. If for the people that are like you said, who love exercise, how hard would it be for them to pull back, and what might help them do that?
Yeah, great question. Well, I think hard because many of us will say, we repeat this message to ourselves that I need a workout because that's how we negate our stress. But it's remembering that all things we do to the body, whether we're eating less or we're eating wrong foods like processed foods, or we're exercising more, all those pieces are also stress. And your body doesn't know the difference between emotional or physical stress. So
Mm.
when I say that, I know that sounds odd because we know we need to exercise, and it's true. But if you think of it like this, it's like the strings on a violin. You've got to have a certain amount of tension to play beautiful music. Too much tension and that breaks. So if you
Yeah.
can think about that, you're looking for the exercise sweet spot. And right now, extremes of one way, not exercising at all or exercising too much, are not your friend.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel better, and your body is going to probably be at optimal weight and energy with the sweet spot, not more exercise.
Yeah.
So if you just trust that process for 2 or 3 days, even your feel good system will tell you, it feels good to feel good, and you will keep doing it. Nobody has to sell you on it. You'll want to stay there.
Yeah, yeah, I can appreciate that too. One thing I know with a lot of my clients is they haven't made the connection in their desire for adrenaline producing activities and their disruption in their sleep. So they're seeking out these activities to get the adrenaline to keep them going. And then once they realize, like, hey, maybe this is a compensatory thing, and maybe what I need to do is look at my sleep, then they can get back to that restored level. And so maybe here is indeed a perfect opportunity to do that. Pull back a little bit on the exercise, as you said. You will likely need more sleep because you're not producing that adrenaline, but it will allow the body to rebalance itself. So wow, it's funny, the recommendation is for two polar ends of the people, but it's the same sort
Yes.
of thing,
Yeah.
less. What were your two words again? Your two terms, more and
So you're going to
restore.
restore before more
Yeah,
first, right? And then if you do intense exercise, you want to hit it and quit it.
hit it and quit it. I love it. I love it. It makes it nice and easy to remember. Well, Deborah, if somebody wanted to get more information about you, where would they go?
You can find me at flipping50.com, and that's all spelled out, no numbers. And daily during these Corona times we're in, we're doing a community yoga at 4 p.m. on my Facebook page, and that's Flipping 50 TV. So 4 p.m., and that is in Scottsdale time, so it's Pacific basically right now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, wow. So for us, like on the East Coast, for example, that would be 3 hours
Yeah.
earlier than we are here. So 4 o'clock on Pacific time, essentially, on Flipping 50 TV Facebook. And
Yes.
otherwise, fifty.com.
Correct. Yes.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much, Deborah. I really love the idea of, exercising in these, as you said, immune boosting short bursts, because we absolutely
Absolutely.
need to do everything we can to keep our immune system as healthy as possible in general, and especially now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Thank
thanks
you
so
again,
much.
Deborah.
Love what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.